Is Dorohedoro worth watching? Now, this anime dropped in May 2020, so it's relatively new. However, I feel like this anime isn't something that a lot of people talk about, which is interesting because the main character has a lizard head as a head, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is something that people will talk about. However, we can't just base an anime on if people are talking about it or not, right? Because something else I want to note is that this anime is animated by MAPPA. And as you're looking at some of the clips, you may notice that this animation is very similar to something else that they've done more recent. And that is Chainsaw Man. Both animes have that, that 3D looking but not fully 3D, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of weird in-between animation style, which could also be a factor on whether you're gonna like this anime or not. But before I answer that question, let's go ahead and look at the stats, right? Now, since this anime is mainly on Netflix, I couldn't really find the rating. I mean, I don't know why they try to hit it, but it's not like showing me the rating. So we're just gonna have to go with my anime list. They rated it as an 8.05 out of 10, which is a very solid rating in my opinion. But again, guys, before I answer the question, I just want to make sure that when I say if an anime is worth watching, I mean, is this anime worth your time? Is this something that you should, put at the top of your anime list? Or is it something that, you gotta scoot to the bottom or maybe even not watch at all? And after just recently rewatching this anime, Dorohedoro is worth watching. Like, I literally just sat there and binged the whole series. However, as always, there are definitely going to be some people that are not going to be able to enjoy this one. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and go over the plot of this anime, then I'm going to talk about the reasons why I like this anime and why I believe it's worth watching, along with the negatives or, some things I wish they changed about it. So let's get to the plot. So in this anime, you have two types of people. You're either a magic user or you're just a regular human. Now, if you're a magic user, you're living in a nicer part of society, while the humans live in a district that's legit called a hole. And the hole is literally what you think it is, okay? It's low ground, lawless, people murdering each other left and right. Everybody that lives here is usually down bad or, just trying to get by. But instead of being separated from each other, the magic users decided that they needed some live subjects to test their magic on. So they will go through the door to the hole and decide to do experiments on the humans, which obviously the humans don't like, and so they decided to fight them back. One of the humans that was experimented on was our main character, Kaiman, because Kaiman wasn't born with a lizard head. However, he himself does not know how he got this lizard head. All he knows is that a magic user put a curse on him, which turned his head into a lizard head and made him immune to all magic. And he only has one clue as to figuring out, how he's gonna be able to get his head back or what or why this all happened to him. And that is a person that lives inside of him, or at least inside his mouth. So he goes around fighting magic users and puts his head on their face, you know what I'm saying? Like, he pretty much bites their head to see what the man inside of him says. Now, and if you aren't the person the man inside is looking for, okay, he's done with you, right? So he just decides to kill him because, he hates magic users because that's what they did to him, you know what I'm saying? So he's not trying to let any of them slide. And so now him and his friend Nikaido are going around looking for magic users to see if he can find the person that did this to him or any sort of clue as to, how to get him fixed. Now, while this is all going down, we have another character named Ein, who's a very strong magic user in, the magical world. And some of the guys that Kaiman has killed are his employees. And so, he's not too happy about that either. So as he has conflicts with our main characters, we also start to find out that he might know or at least have connection to who could possibly have done this whole lizard head transformation thing to our main character. So while they are enemies, they also have something common and of interest. And that's to figure out who is behind all this. And that is pretty much the plot of this anime. Now, before we get into the reasons of why I believe you should watch this anime, guys, if you're still watching this video, if you guys could do me just like a big favor, but it's tiny for you, and go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Right now, we're on the road to 1K, and I know with the power of friendship, with the power of this, we can get there, right? Plus, it'll mean a lot and it'll definitely support the channel. But let's get back to the anime. Now, one of the things I like about this anime is that it is fun, okay? Like, everything about this anime is fun. Like, the concept of this anime may not seem too different from the ones you've probably seen, but as you keep watching, you realize that this kind of strays a little bit from, the rest. Because in a normal anime, our main character would be a split between human and the magic user. But our main character can't use magic, okay? The person that's inside of him doesn't release magic for him to use, okay? My man just grabs two blades and just has to go to work. And as you're watching this, people are just dying left and right, you know what I'm saying? It's gory, but it's like the good and fun kind of glory, you know what I'm saying? People are just getting sliced up left and right, and you just never know who's gonna live and who's gonna survive, because then you think some people died when really they're alive. And that's because the magic they use is not your typical kind of magic, right? Like, nobody's out here spitting fire, using the elements and all that kind of stuff. It's almost like each of them have just a special ability, because while some heals, some just turns people into mushrooms, some has explosions. It's almost like they have more of a quirk than magic powers, you feel me? Which low-key also reflects on each character's personality, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, the characters in this anime are just hilarious. Ein is known as like a big shot in the magic community, right? And when he's having these business meetings, it's like people are focusing, people are not listening, while he has some people, you know, goofing off, and then some of his employees are just like wacky. And so it's just refreshing to see the different kind of people that they meet. Another thing I like about this anime is that while it is action, it's not just boring action. Like, I feel like they do a really good job at explaining the mystery. They're always adding more details, and it's always like these fuzzy dreams that he has, and I love the way they depict of him trying to remember what happened. And lastly, this is something I hate but also love, is that I feel like this anime is just dirty and they just don't care. Because bro, they will just like kill somebody instantly, you know what I'm saying? Gets blood everywhere and all this kind of stuff, right? And then go get some ice cream. And I'm like, maybe this is just me, but I noticed like they don't be washing their hands like that, you know what I'm saying? Like they're all guts and everything, and they just be like, just, I don't know, maybe that's just me. Like, how could you go eat ice cream after you have all that stuff and nasty stuff on your hands? And then when you just look around at the settings and everything, I just feel like everything's unsanitary, yet it just fits with what this world's supposed to be like. So this anime is definitely fun, doesn't take itself too seriously, but also will keep you interested and hooked on, you know, them trying to figure out who it is. Plus, they're not made by the same person, but you do see some aspects of Chainsaw Man and Dorohedoro. So if you like that, then you'll definitely like this anime. Now, while I said that, that could also be the reasons why you may not like this anime. Because the animation is different from most, okay? It doesn't have that flat 2D animation. Some of the movements may look weird. Plus, it is bloody, it is gory, it has some disgusting scenes in there. And so if you're eating something while watching this, you're like, you know what I'm saying? You might lose your appetite. But that aside, if you're cool with the animation, cool with how things look, then honestly, there's nothing else really wrong with this anime. The plot isn't so simple that you can watch with your eyes closed. It's definitely one of those animes that you want to tune into because it's not boring. The characters are fun. There are some moments that may feel like filler, but it leads into the story. They don't have too many meaningless moments in the show. Plus, at the moment, there's only 12 episodes in the OVA, so again, it's something that you can quickly binge, but they do have another season coming soon. So technically, it's not complete just yet, but as of this moment, this anime is definitely 100% worth watching. But hey, let me know if you guys agree. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen this anime, let me know down in the comments. Again, please, no spoilers though. I mean, this anime is not completed, but still, you know, try to keep spoilers to a minimum because I still want, you know, I want new people to be able to watch this and enjoy this anime too. But until next time, stay weebin'.